Over the last 2 to 3 years, I have identified four things that tend to show up as the biggest problems with a lot of people, or almost like the biggest challenges. And I found that for me, it was the very same. These were things that were challenging me until I decided to change my mindset. And I found a way to, I suppose, almost stop thinking about that. We're talking about paradigms. And the four things that I'm going to explain are, is number one, most people don't even know what they want. And that is as a result of a paradigm. When we look at our habitual behavior and our habitual thoughts, we're in a cycle of the same thing every day. So they don't actually know what they actually want. But you've got to also remember that when people, or when I ask people what is it they want, they might say, I want $1 million or I want €1 million. But in fact, that's not what they really want. Because even if you gave it to them, you'll probably find that it will temporarily solve the problems that they currently have, but it creates a whole plethora of new problems. Number two is that people that know what they want, but they don't know how to get what they want. So they have a clear picture in the mind, but they don't have clarity. And what happens is that they go on a road of trying to get what they want, but they simply can't get there because they actually don't know the guidance, the roadmap, or the clarity of how to actually get it. And again, this is a paradigm. Number three, people that know what they want, they know how to get it, but they simply keep failing over and over again. So this is where they have a combination of one and two. They've now put it into practice and they appear to be moving in the right direction, but time seems to pass by. They find a couple of months pass by, a year passes by, and then they find that changes only happen very, very slowly. And this is again down to our paradigms. This is exactly what happens when we talk about paradigms. Number four, this is people that know what they want, people that know how to get there, and people that are almost aiming for it. They're getting there, but they still have a little bit of failure occurring. And again, this is basically down to paradigms. But with these people, they have the passion and the desire. And it's almost like, they read the books, they do the trainings, they listen to the videos, and they do them over and over and over again. And then they find that, well, that didn't work. And this is, again, down to paradigms. But in fact, when you put them all into context of how they all work, every single one of them relates to our paradigms. Because we need to have a passion and desire to grow. It's not simply effective, to go out. Somebody tells you, they can generate income for you, or they can generate clients for you, or they can, have you turn over 50,000 or 100,000 every month if you follow this process. The problem is that they may have followed it, they may have got the results, but that doesn't mean you will get the results. And what this comes down to is that sometimes it can be where we choose a guide or a mentor that is the wrong person. Sometimes you can find that if you choose the right mentor and guide, that they will guide you in the right direction. But it's not really about choosing the right mentor. It's about you deciding that you're going to do what they ask you to do. Because when we talk about the right mentor, they have to have the right strategies in place, the right roadmap and clarity to allow you to get what you want. So what I mean by that is that if you choose the right path to get to what you want, well, if you're prepared to do what they ask you to do, you're going to get the results. If you're not prepared to do it, and this happens as a result of picking the wrong goal, like what I said, somebody picks they want to earn 100,000 a month, and you find that when you ask them to do something, they don't do it. And then they wonder why it doesn't happen. But when you find that you have somebody that has the passion and desire, and you know that they will follow through with it, well then when you give them a step or something to do that requires them to get towards the 100,000 a month, well then they will follow through with it. So it's clearly, it's about getting the right guidance from the right mentor. And it's clearly about getting a clear mind of what it is that you want to achieve. Getting your wants in the right order and making sure that you pick what it is you want and not what you need. And then taking the appropriate steps with the clarity, the action steps and roadmap to allow you to get there. So hopefully this has been helpful in my explanation for the 4 things that are really important of what happens with people when they go through their challenges and struggles. But again, this is what we do. We help people to get over this. We find out what's going wrong. What is the reason why they're not crashing through it? We show them and point them in that direction. We create the clarity, the roadmap to avoid the confusion, to allow you to get the results that you truly desire.